life of T and M. Thank you so much for coming back and watching another one of my videos. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and I make videos all about nursing. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button right here and join the journey. So the past couple videos have been about my new adventure in hospice nursing. This is just a per diem job that I do outside of my regular full-time public health nursing job. But in today's video, as you can tell by the title already, I'm finally gonna be doing a video on public health nursing, interview tips and tricks. So I just want to let you guys know that I have posted previous interview tips and tricks videos, and I'm going to link them down below, and I'm going to put the thumbnail right here on the videos that I've made already. There's some really great tips and tricks in those videos that I've made, so make sure you go back and watch those as well, because they will definitely be beneficial for you when you go in for your public health nursing interview. By the way, if you guys landed one of these, maybe that's why you're watching this, or you want to be prepared because you want to go into the field, I am so excited for you. Welcome aboard. I wish you all the best in your interview, and you guys are gonna rock it. I already know it. So if you're excited for this video, ready to learn something new, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're there so you can help me grow my channel and I can continue to give you guys all this great content. All right, let's get right into the questions. So the first tip, I'm going to say always, 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 no matter what job, but especially for public health, look up what is public health nursing. Get a definition of what public health nursing is. That will give you an idea of what your scope of work is going to be. It may differ on the department you go into, but an overarching public health nursing job is going to follow the definition. So I'm gonna put a definition that I really love about public health nursing. It's gonna be right here, so go ahead and pause the video and take some time to read it. And then you're gonna wanna look at two things. Most of the time when they put up a job posting for a public health nurse or a community health nurse, they will put what department it is. For instance, you're going to be going into communicable diseases. Are you going to be going into children's medical services? Are you going to be going into the vaccine clinic? So you also want to look at that, because then that's going to help you identify maybe what type of situational questions you might get. For example, if you're going to be interviewing for a public health nurse job, but maybe in the vaccine unit, you definitely want to think of your past experiences. So whether that be in clinicals, in your past jobs, somewhere you had experience giving injections. So you want to think about that before your interview, because they're always going to ask your experience. They may ask you a question that's going to say, tell me a time when, and you're going to want to pull in that past experience to help answer this question, but you want to make sure you're answering the question relevant to the position you're applying for. So if you used to work at a clothing store and they're asking questions about giving vaccines or giving a medication, you don't want to draw on your clothing store experience, but maybe you might want to draw from your clinical experience. Maybe you've never worked in the nursing field, right? But you have done your clinicals. You have had some hands-on. So you definitely want to answer the question as, well, when I worked at this hospital or this clinic, I gave an IM injection. I gave a sub-Q injection, right? So you're pulling on, yes, I've done that before and this is how it went. While you're looking at the job posting, you also want to go to their website. And like I always say, go ahead and read the mission and the values, because you want to speak to this in one of your answers. This will really highlight to them that you looked into their company and that you're going to be an asset because you align with one of their missions or their values or their goal. Just wanted to give another example. If you're applying to public health, most of the time there is a lot of case management involved with it. So you definitely want to think about case management experience. If you don't have any experience, look up what is case management, right? What do they do? And where can I pull in my past experiences or in clinicals where I have potentially been exposed to that area. So say for instance, you're gonna be going in and interviewing for communicable disease. So for communicable diseases, you're gonna look up, what are those? Okay, oh, STDs, we have tuberculosis, we have what's going on right now, COVID, right? So you start looking up, okay, all right, well, public health nurses, they do case management for communicable diseases. So I know I'm gonna be dealing with what kind of population. So in public health, you're gonna be dealing with a wide range of population. So you're gonna think, okay, how would people come into communicable diseases? Could it be high risk activity? Could it be IV drug users? Could it be homeless individuals? Are they pregnant? Are they lower income, high income? What kind of insurance do they have? So you want to think about all those things, because the questions that may pop up may be, have you ever worked with the community? Well, what does that sound like? What kind of people are in the community? Everyone's in the community. So if I worked at a hospital, or if I did clinicals at a clinic, or I did clinicals at a hospital, what kind of people are you seeing there? Well, think about it. The people that you're seeing in a clinic and in a hospital are community members. So what kind of people in the hospital did you care for? Oh, maybe I had an alcoholic come in who was detoxing, or maybe I had an IV drug user that came in for an overdose. So you definitely want to think about all the experiences you've had in regards to community health. And remember, when you become a public health nurse, you're helping the community, but in various aspects. And it's so wide, it's hard for me to pinpoint just one. That's why you want to look at where you're going to be working based on what the job description says, because that will help identify the type of population you may be dealing with. You are, of course, gonna get maybe a question about, why do you want to be a nurse? Or why did you come into this field? Why do you want to go into public health nursing? You may get a question such as, what is your weakness, right? What is your greatest strength? Or tell me a time that you may have had a disagreement with a supervisor or a peer or a patient. How did you deal with that, right? So they're more behavioral type of questions. Now, interviews are so broad. They can ask you any question, not any question, but they can ask you a wide range of questions. So to try to give you a ton of examples, I really can't, but I know that they will ask some behavioral type questions. How did you respond to certain situations, right? Because they want to see, what type of nurse are you? If you are about to call a patient, what are you going to do before you call the patient? If you're going to administer a medication, what are you going to do before you give the medication, right? So they want to look at safety. They want to look at, are you going to reach out to somebody else and see if you can make sure you're fully trained? Are you going to reach out to maybe written resources, policies, and procedures before you begin a procedure? Are you going to make sure you have your consent signed before you call an individual? So there's so many things that you want to think about before you answer the question. When you get a question, you can write it down, or you can say, give me a moment to think about that. Or can you repeat that? Because you want to make sure you answer the question as best you can. Now, I understand interviews are very nerve-wracking, and when you're in there, you kind of feel like it's an out-of-body experience if you get nervous like I do. So just a reminder, if you already have an interview scheduled, just know that they are interested, because they would not have selected you for an interview if you didn't meet at least the minimum qualifications. So you're already there. Don't forget to pull on your past experiences, have your resume in front of you, and knock it out the park. If you're going for an entry-level public health nurse job, everyone titles it differently. Some use a 1, 2, 3. Some start with entry-level, intermediate, supervisory. Really depends. But if you're going in as an entry-level, quote unquote, you definitely know that you may not get a lot of leadership questions. Now, if you're going in as an intermediate or a PHN2, or however they define it, but it's someone with at least a year experience, just know you may get some questions that are a little bit more leadership style. Public health nurses tend to work independently because you're out in the community. So whether you're stationed at an off-site location, or you're out in the community doing home visits, you are vaccinated individuals, you're going to health fairs, you're going into individuals' homes, no matter where you're at, more than likely you are going to be working independently. Now, of course, depends on your situation, but you will have a supervisor, coworkers that you can rely on, hopefully, and ask questions. But just know that as you start interviewing for a 2 or a 3 or going up the chain, you may get some more leadership style questions. So can you tell me your leadership style? How would you handle 2 employees not getting along? That can be a whole separate video. I feel like a lot of individuals, when they're trying to first get into public health, they're not going straight for a supervisor role, right? They're going in for either entry level or intermediate because they've had some past experience, and now they want to try a new field. All right, everyone. Well, that is all I have for my tips and tricks. If you would like more, if I missed anything or you have any other questions, please comment down below and I'll be more than happy to answer them. I can also make other videos, so please let me know what else you want to see. Also, follow me on Instagram. Here you can DM me and I love to answer all your questions. I tend to get a lot more questions there than here on YouTube. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck on your interview. If you guys get the job, please let me know. I want to congratulate you. I'm sure everyone else who's watching this would love to hear your experience. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Help me grow my channel. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.